A warm greetings to all dear friends and passionate well-wishers committed to the care of our environment. It is now my great pleasure to invite Miss D. Elisita, Head of Department of Mass Communication, Loyola Academy, Secunderabad, to graciously anchor today's episode on 10 Green Commandments. Welcome, Madam.
Thank you, sir. Greetings to all the esteemed viewers of Divyavani TV. A warm and gracious welcome to this episode 1 on the first Green Commandment called Take Care of a Common Home in Peril. In praise of the Creator who has lovingly gifted this earth, our common home, to all humanity, the students of St. Pius High School will now present a devotional dance performance.
సృష్టిని చేసిన దైవమా ఈశ్వరా పరమేశ్వరా అద్భుత సృష్టిని చేసిన దైవమా వాక్కుతో ప్రేమతో సకల విశ్వాన్ని కలిగించితివి వాక్కుతో ప్రేమతో సకల విశ్వాన్ని కలిగించితివి సకల జీవుల సంరక్షణను మాకొసగితివి సకల జీవుల సంరక్షణను మాకొసగితివి సృష్టి ప్రదాత వందనము జీవనదాత వందనము మహిమాన్విత తేజ వందనము వందనం ప్రభు వందనం వందనం ప్రభు వందనం వందనం ప్రభు వందనం వందనం ప్రభు వందనం.
Our sincere thanks to the students and staff of St. Pius High School for that beautiful and inspiring performance. It is now our honor and privilege to extend a warm welcome to His Excellency Most Reverend Ivan Pereira, Bishop of Jammu, Srinagar, and Chairman of the Commission for Environment and Climate Change, CBCI, to kindly grace this episode with his special introductory address and blessings.
His Holiness Pope Francis has gifted the Church and the world with the landmark encyclical title Laudato Si, reminding us that the earth is not merely a resource to be exploited, but a sacred gift entrusted to our care. Reverend Father Dr. Joseph Strom, Director of the Celestial University, Rome, has authored a profound and inspiring commentary on Laudato Si, presenting its message in the form of the 10 Green Commandments. Mr. M.D. Vincent, a renowned Telugu writer, has not only translated this work into Telugu, but also has taken the remarkable initiative of creatively presenting it in visual form through 10 television episodes. These episodes have received wide appreciation and blessings from Telugu Catholic Bishops' Council, the Catholic Bishops' Conference of India, and even the Vatican. I sincerely appreciate and thank Mr. M.D. Vincent as well as the generous sponsors, and especially Divyavani TV, who have now jointly undertaken the ambitious mission of presenting these episodes in 22 Indian languages as well as in several international languages. I warmly invite generous individuals, heads of the institutions, foundations, and all people of goodwill to come forward and support this unique global educational initiative, an effort aimed at enlightening hearts and minds across the world to preserve and protect our Mother Earth, our common home.
We thank Your Excellency for those inspiring and thought-provoking introductory words. We now have the honor of inviting Reverend Father Amara Rao S.J., Rector of Loyola Academy, Alwal, Hyderabad, to enlighten us on the first green commandment: protect our common home, the earth, which is being steadily destroyed. Let us listen with attentive minds and open hearts.
Dear friends in the Lord, greetings to you from Loyola Academy, Alwal, Secunderabad. Today, the whole world is reeling under climate crises. As a result, we are experiencing ever more extreme and violent weather patterns. The raging storms, the rising seas, the spring droughts, the fierce summers, the wildfires and flash floods. Parts of the earth are becoming uninhabitably hot. Entire populations are forced to flee droughts and rising seas. Fish are full of plastic and the land is fast losing its fertility. As a response to this crisis, Pope Francis invites all of us through a social encyclical Laudato Si to discover and become aware of the innate, astonishing resilience and a capacity of the creation to endure devastation and yet, through the regenerative ability, bounce back. Such a clarion call is translated into 10 Green Commandments. Today, the first of the Green Commandments of Laudato Si reminds us of a truth both simple and profound. The earth is our common home and we are called to care for it. I would like to focus on 4 main themes. Firstly, the paradigm shift introduced by Pope Francis when he speaks of the earth not merely as an environment but as our common home. Secondly, the uniqueness of earth as a home for life in the vast universe. Thirdly, the concrete ways in which this home is now in peril through pollution, climate change, depletion of resources, and the loss of biodiversity. Fourthly, the grave danger of leaving behind an uninhabitable planet for future generations if we fail to change the course. Number 1, our common home, a paradigm shift. When Pope Francis speaks of the earth as our common home, he introduces a profound paradigm shift. The crisis we face today is not simply an environmental crisis. It is a crisis of our very home. For decades, ecological concerns have been reduced to a collection of environmental problems. The environment was seen as something external to us, something out there, separate from our daily lives. As a result, it became a secondary concern easily pushed aside. We felt satisfied if we recycled a little, used energy-saving bulbs, or left environmental activism to specialists like NGOs or international summits. Meanwhile, most of us carried on with business as usual, consuming more and more, seduced by advertising, and reassured by dominant economic narratives that environmental concerns were marginal. Laudato Si confronts this complacency head-on. Pope Francis warns that we are sleepwalking today toward the possible collapse of our home, with the devastating consequences for everyone who lives in it. If we go back to the roots of the word ecology, we find that it comes from oikos, meaning home, and logos, meaning discourse or understanding. The ecological crisis then is quite literally a crisis concerning our home. Earth is not just an environment we inhabit temporarily. It is the home that gave us birth and continues to sustain us. We cannot simply abandon it and move elsewhere, as science fiction sometimes suggests. Earth is our only home. When we speak of our common home being in danger, the issue becomes existential. It is no longer one problem among many. It concerns our very survival, our well-being, and the destiny we share with all other living beings and with the generations yet unborn. Pope Francis insists that we must recover this perception. Human life, culture, science, art, religion, and civilization itself are possible only because there is a home in which they can unfold. Without the earth, none of these could exist. The earth existed long before us, and it can exist without us, but we cannot exist without it. This is why Pope Francis speaks of the earth in intimate, almost familial terms, echoing St. Francis of Assisi. He calls the earth our sister and our mother, one who now groans in travail because of the harm we have inflicted through irresponsible use and abuse of our gifts. Caring for our common home, he says, is an urgent challenge. In this more recent exhortation, Laudate Deum, Pope Francis makes it clear that the situation has only become more serious. Therefore, he takes us to the second point, the earth, a unique home for life. The vision of earth as our home is not new. It is deeply rooted in the biblical creation narrative. In the book of Genesis, creation unfolds as the careful preparation of a home before life is introduced. Only after the earth is shaped, ordered, and made fruitful do animals and human beings appear. The message is clear. Life requires a home. Modern science has deepened our appreciation of this truth. Astronomy and the life sciences reveal how extraordinary it is that Earth became a home for life at all. Over billions of years, cosmic processes produce the elements necessary for life. Earth occupies just the right position in the solar system, neither too close to the sun nor too far away, allowing water to remain liquid. Its mass, gravity, atmosphere, magnetic field, and all work together in a dedicated and delicate balance. The moon stabilizes the Earth's rotation. The atmosphere protects and nourishes life. The magnetic field shields us from harmful radiation. The ozone layer blocks ultraviolet rays. Even the greenhouse effect, when balanced, maintains temperature suitable for life. Because of this extraordinary convergence of factors, life evolved on Earth from single cell to the immense diversity we see today, eventually giving rise to conscious beings capable of reflection and responsibility. Pontifical Academy of Sciences has rightly called Earth a planet blessed with the gift of life. Species extinction rates are now hundreds or even thousands of times higher than natural background levels. Greenhouse gas emissions are rising far faster than anything seen in Earth's natural history. Pollution is the most visible sign of this crisis. Air, land, and water have all been contaminated by industrial activity, agriculture, and transportation. Pope Francis even speaks of a form of mental pollution caused by information overload that distances us from one another and from nature and even from self. Waste is another defining problem of our time. Our throwaway culture produces mountains of rubbish, much of it toxic and non-biodegradable. Vast amounts of food are wasted even as millions go hungry. As Pope Francis starkly observes, the earth is beginning to look like an immense pile of filth. Climate change, however, is the most serious challenge. The Pope affirms the strong scientific consensus that the climate system is warming and that the human activity, especially the burning of fossil fuels and deforestation, is the primary cause. The impacts are already evident. Extreme weather events, rising sea levels, melting ice caps, ocean acidification, water scarcity, and the loss of whole ecosystem. Fresh water, essential for life, is becoming scarce, a commodity, polluted or privatized. For Francis insists that access to safe drinking water is a fundamental human right, not a commodity. Finally, biodiversity loss represents a profound tragedy. Thousands of species disappear each year. They exist. Each species has value in itself, and each plays a role in the balance of ecosystems. Oceans, coral reefs, plankton, forests, all are under threat. The Pope asks poignantly, who turned the wonder of the seas into underwater cemeteries? Therefore, the Pope Francis, in the encyclical Laudato Si, demands that we be responsible to the future generations. And hence he says, leaving an uninhabitable home to future generations. Never before have we harmed our common home as we have in the last 2 centuries. We are gambling recklessly with the future, not only our own, but that of the generations to come. Climate systems and ecosystems have long time lags. We are approaching dangerous tipping points beyond which there may be no turning back. For Francis asks us a question we cannot avoid. What kind of world do we want to leave to our future generation and our own children? Leaving them an uninhabitable planet would be a terrible legacy. Doomsday warnings can no longer be dismissed. If we continue on our current path, we risk leaving behind debris, desolation, and suffering. As Francis reminds us in Laudate Deum, what is ultimately being asked of us is responsibility for the legacy we will leave when we are gone. Future generations will judge us by the choices we make now. We have inherited a most beautiful garden. We must not leave a desert to our children. So, dear viewers, this is a clarion call to all of us. Shall we make an effort today to protect our common home?
Our sincere thanks to Reverend Father Amararao S.J. for that enlightening and deeply inspiring reflection. We are truly grateful for your valuable insights, Father G, on the first Green Commandment.
Welcome to Loyola Academy Junior College, a place where education shapes not just minds but lives. Our vision is clear: to impart education that nurtures academic excellence, spiritual growth, social responsibility, and value-based leadership. Our mission is simple yet profound: to form students as leaders in selfless service. Join Loyola and shape your future with purpose. Welcome to Loyola Academy, where knowledge meets character.
School of Commerce. We build strong foundations in business with real-world learning.
School of Sciences ignite innovation and practical problem-solving skills.
School of Arts and Humanities, a space for cultural expression and many more.
School of Management develop confident leaders ready for the corporate world. School of Informatics. Students gain cutting-edge skills.
Campus life. Education goes beyond classrooms.
Join Loyola.
I now invite Father N. Shauri Kishore, S.J., Parish Priest of St. Francis Xavier Parish, Alwal, Secunderabad, to kindly present a brief summary of the talk on the first commandment, protect our common home, the earth, which is being steadily destroyed.
The earth is our common home. It is the only place where we have to live, grow and dream, and sadly, no, we do not have a backup planet hiding in the garage. Pope Francis reminds us in Laudato Si that caring for the earth isn't just about hugging trees. It's about caring for ourselves and for each other. Because, surprise, we live here too. For a long time, people thought environmental problems were something out there, like somewhere else's problem, preferably in other country. But the truth is simple. When we harm the earth, we are basically sabotaging our own future. The air we breathe, the water we drink, and the food we eat all come from this planet. Now, not from the supermarket warehouse. Earth is actually very special. It has exactly the right air, water, and climate for life. Scientists tell us this perfect balance took billions of years to develop, which means we should probably stop treating it like a disposable plastic cup. And just to be clear, there is no planet B. Today, our common home is in serious trouble. Pollution, climate change, mountains of waste, disappearing animals, and shortage of clean water are damaging the planet. These problems are growing because we take more than we need. Use it for 5 minutes, throw it away like it never mattered. Even the earth is thinking how that escalated quickly. Pope Francis asks her to think about the future. What kind of world do we want to live for our children and young people? A beautiful home or a warning label? We have a responsibility to act now, not later, because future generations will definitely ask questions. Caring for our common home starts with small actions, using less, wasting less, and treating the earth with love and respect. The planet is our home, and if we take care of it, it will take care of us.
Thanks to Reverend Father N. Shauri Kishore, S.J., Parish Priest of St. Francis Xavier Parish, Alwal, Secunderabad, who powerfully reminded us that our shared home is in grave danger and warned that if neglected, we risk leaving behind a world unfit for future generations. The students of St. Pius High School will now present a thematic dance performance.
పచ్చని 10 ఆజ్ఞలుగా పదిలంగా పాటించుము సోదరా. అరే పచ్చని 10 ఆజ్ఞలుగా పదిలంగా పాటించుము సోదరా. ఓ సోదరా, అందలి మొదటి ఆజ్ఞ ఇది ఏరా, ముదమున మనమున నాటరా. అందలి మొదటి ఆజ్ఞ ఇది ఏరా, ముదమున మనమున నాటరా. ధ్వంసము చేయుట మానుమురా, విధ్వంసము మానుమురా, రక్షణకై శ్రమించరా, పరిరక్షణ చేయుమురా. పరిరక్షణ చేయుమురా పరిరక్షణ చేయుమురా పరిరక్షణ చేయుమురా.
As we come to the close of today's inspiring episode, we offer a heartfelt and profound gratitude to their eminencies, the cardinals, and to all the bishops and archbishops of TCBC and CBCI for the visionary leadership and dedicated service to our beloved nation, Bharat. His Excellency, Most Reverend Ivan Pereira, Bishop of Jammu, Srinagar, and Chairman of the Commission for Environment and Climate Change, CBCI, we thank Reverend Father Amararao S.J., Rector of Loyola Academy, Secunderabad, for his powerful and thought-provoking message on the first Green Commandment. We thank Reverend Father N. Shauri Kishore S.J., Parish Priest of St. Francis Xavier Parish, Alwal, Secunderabad, for presenting a clear and meaningful summary of today's reflection. We thank Reverend Sister Linda, CSA, Principal of St. Pius High School, Ramnagar, along with the talented and dedicated students for the beautiful devotional dance performance. We thank Reverend Father Lurduraju S.J., CEO of Divyavani Social Communications. We thank Reverend Father Prashant, Program Director, and the entire team of Divyavani TV, whose tireless efforts make this mission possible. We thank Mr. M.D. Vincent, producer, scriptwriter, and director of this inspiring series, and a sincere appreciation to all our generous advertisers and sponsors whose financial support strengthens and sustains this noble environmental initiative. If our common home is being steadily destroyed, shall we not begin today itself to protect, preserve, and heal it? Join us again next week at the same time as we explore the second Green Commandment. Until then, keep watching Divyavani TV. Goodbye, God bless you, and thank you.
Prayer by Pope Francis in Laudato Si for the welfare of universe. Father, we praise you with all your creatures. They came forth from your all-powerful hand. They are yours, filled with your presence and your tender love. Praise be to you. Son of God Jesus, through you all things were made. You were formed in the womb of Maria Mother. You became part of this earth, and you gazed upon this world with human eyes. Today, you are alive in every creature in your risen glory. Praise be to you. Holy Spirit, by your light, you guide this world towards the Father's love.